Nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amén. Hoy estamos celebrando la fiesta de San Alberto Magno. Él murió en 1240, algo así, y 1280. Y él era un dominico como Santa Catarina de Siena. Él era el maestro de Santo Tomás Aquino, pero quiero hablar sobre él, que él era un hombre grandísimo por su fe. Su fe hizo él grande. Today we're celebrating the feast of Saint Albert the Great. Saint Albert the Great died in 1280. He was a Dominican like Saint Catherine of Siena. He was a great man, and I want to explain why and how you can be great too. But it was his faith. He came from a very wealthy, noble family, and they gave him the best education possible, the best. But then when he was 16 years old, he left all the wealth of the nobility and went to study with the Dominicans. So he got the best education possible for rich people, and he applied himself, but then he left that all and went on to study with the Dominicans and he's still one of the greatest minds in the whole that ever existed in humanity. St. Albert the Great is one of the greatest minds. He knew more about animals, plants, the astronomy, the stars, the sun. He knew all about the natural sciences, and he knew all about biology. He knew all about, though, as well, philosophy, theology. In Europe, you'll find many, many plazas that are named after St. Albert the Great, all over Europe, because he affected so much all of Europe. San Alberto Magno era de una familia noble, una familia muy rica, y ellos dieron mejor educación posible a su hijo. Pero cuando él tuvo 16 años, dejó su riqueza, la vida de nobleza, y entró con los dominicanos y empezó a estudiar la filosofía y la teología. Él aplicó toda su mente para aprender todo y es uno de los hombres más nobles que existió en la humanidad. Era un experto de toda la ciencia de la biología, de los animales, de las plantas, de los cielos, además la filosofía y la teología. Supo las cosas de Dios y las cosas de la naturaleza. En Europa hay lugares en toda Europa que están nombrados por él. Hay plazas y todo, calles y todo, porque es un hombre tan importante. So why don't you want to be what I have a book on him, and it's called He's Magnanimous, means extremely expanding. Today, anyone can be like St. Albert the Great. Only then, only the rich got good education. Now all of you can get a good education. You don't have to be rich. You can go right on the computer and learn all the sciences. It only depends on one thing: discipline. Wanting to learn. He wasn't extremely brilliant, but he learned ways of memorizing things that he could learn everything. So he had an attitude his parents gave him, and he had, of discipline, of learning. But he also had faith that his parents gave him, and so he grew on nature, intelligence, education, to go to the things of heaven through philosophy and theology and through being a priest in the Dominican order. He was later a bishop. He was the head of the order, the Dominican order for a while in Italy. He was enormous, but it was discipline and faith. So any of you can be great. I want to encourage you all to be the greatest. But few people have discipline and deep faith. That's what it takes to be great. Most of you will never be remembered after you die. Saint Albert the Great is remembered. There are churches all over the world named after Saint Albert the Great. He influenced Saint Thomas Aquinas. All the Catholic religion is based on the philosophy and the theology of Saint Thomas Aquinas. If Saint Albert the Great hadn't taught him and influenced him, we wouldn't have all the great Summa Theologica written by Saint Thomas Aquinas. So you can have an effect on others too that may affect the whole church. Él, con dos cosas, disciplina y fe, cumplió cosas tremendas. Y todos ustedes tienen capaz también, pero necesitamos pedir fe y poner disciplina en nuestra vida. Él afectó a Santo Tomás de Aquino, quien es el más importante escritor de la filosofía y la teología en toda la iglesia. Santo Tomás de Aquino, otro dominico. Y si no era por San Alberto Magno, no vamos a tener Santo Tomás de Aquino. So también ustedes pueden afectar otras personas que pueden afectar toda la iglesia. So en esta fiesta de San Alberto Magno vamos a pedir disciplina y fe. On this feast of St. Albert the Great, we're going to pray for discipline and faith. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen.